All right, y'all. So let's talk about this. So just before I say this, because I'm gonna make this short and sweet, I have a full video about the fight with Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, and in that same video, I talk about Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz. So what I want to say in this video, I just want to bring up some things, and I'm not going to go into the full details of what I went through already. The video that's uploaded is a nice long one. So, hey, man, take a walk, go take a run, do something, put me in your ears, listen, go take a long drive, clean your house, do whatever. Give the video a listen and understand where I'm coming from, man. Because I break down so much shit in there, and I explain things to people that they hear you say, but they don't understand logic and reason. This is a different time we're in. People don't care about the truth anymore, but you can't help but see the truth that I'm speaking. And it's not my truth, it's just the truth. When shit comes into fruition, and it happens the way that a person even say that they think is going to happen more than likely, and I mean like really happen the way you said it was going to happen, only a fool would feel some type of way and fight the truth. And that's a you problem, not a me problem. Now, going forward, I want to just say this, about the Teofimo Lopez as a fighter. There's fighters that you see things in them. You don't know what a fighter's going to do fight by fight. It's a fight by fight basis for me. I look at consistency, and every fighter has had fights where somebody started to question them, doubt them, and then they bounce back like a champion does. A lot of times people expect perfection. They expect you, everything is just, nobody's supposed to land a punch on you, not to the head, to the body, nothing. You're supposed to stand there in front of them and make them miss every single punch. You get on the back foot, whatever, everything. There's always something. Oh, he's on the back foot too much. Oh, he's standing there, he's not doing nothing. It's always, he's not throwing a lot of punches. There's always something that, unreal expectations. So let me say this about Teofimo. I've watched him fight, and I've seen what he can do from the very beginning of his career to now. He's the same guy I predicted to beat Loma, but the same guy that I predicted to lose by a wide margin if he didn't get stopped as well, to Shakur. I'll break all that down. I'm not going into that now. But let me say this. Teofimo Lopez never ever wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson. Because unlike the idiotic race fans, he knows Shakur is a motherfucking problem. And he knows he's a problem that he could not solve. He didn't want this fight. He never wanted to fight Devin Haney because he knows Devin Haney's a motherfucking problem. And it's a problem that he wouldn't know how to solve. He knows Tank Davis would have been a problem he couldn't solve. Because basically, here's a guy that can crack with both hands, can move on his feet, and pretty much he ends up catching Teofimo at some point. Teofimo goes night-night. And it's obvious he wasn't as confident as his words. When he first got the championship from Lomachenko, remember he said, why should I give Lomachenko a rematch? He didn't even want to give me a rematch. He didn't even have a rematch clause, as one of the stipulations. So why would I give him a rematch? That's what he said. For the thrill of competition and another big payday, why not, right? But at the same time, I said, okay, fair enough. But that's what the best fighters say. See, I know fearlessness will make you say, fuck it, let's go. I don't give a fuck who, Godzilla, yeah, let's go. Whatever. So Teofimo didn't want to fight those guys. He don't want to fight slick boxers. You think he really want to fight Keyshawn Davis? And after Keyshawn Davis' performance, after performance, after performance, people always try to find something to knock. And he goes out here, and then he does what T.O. See, this is my point, y'all. This is my point. Y'all like to speak on behalf of people that you like more. I don't care if I like you more as a fighter or not. I'm going to say what I feel. And I told y'all, he never wanted this fight. He used to get so pissed off at Devin Haney because Devin kept running up on him. Every time he see him somewhere, he run up on him. He shook Bill Haney's hand. He promised Devin Haney and him would be next. It never happened, and it wasn't because of Devin. It was because of Tio. I posted all this shit a couple of years ago. His father stood there, shook the hand of Bob Arum. And Bob Arum promised the next fight would be Teofimo Lopez in a rematch with Lomachenko. It never happened. Okay? The size advantage that he had over Lomachenko, he didn't have that same size advantage over Shakur. He wouldn't have had that same size advantage over Devin Haney. And it doesn't matter, size advantage or not, he was never confident that he could beat Tank either. And the type of fighter that Keyshawn Davis is, he also wasn't fucking confident he could beat him. Now, when you get your ass whooped this bad, and after everybody had you on top of the world at one point, right? Do you stay hungry? Huh? Do you keep that hunger to keep fighting nothing but top level guys? Or do you just start, get back to fighting the type of guys that you would, more comfortable beating? Flat-footed, slow guys. You see, a guy like Teofimo Lopez, I hear all this talk about God and this and that and all of the Most High. Fuck out of here. Listen here, man. This is the hurt fucking business. People have died in that ring. People have dedicated themselves to this sport to make as much money as they can, to cement their legacies, all that kind of shit. People have done a lot of goofy shit, said a lot of stupid things. But one thing about a real warrior, even if you get your ass beat, you get knocked out, you get outboxed, whatever it may be, there's no excuses after it happened. And you understand, to make the big bucks, you got to beat the top guys. Somehow this era has found a way to sneak through the back door. The media hypes you up to be better than what you are, and then you basically beat a bunch of guys that you should beat. And people think that you're better than what you are. Then you fight a guy that people don't think can beat you, or think if they do beat you, like everybody was saying, Shakur is going to run and it's going to be boring. No, he certainly didn't run, and it wasn't a boring fight to me. See, the sweet science has been abandoned because you casuals don't respect real boxing. You don't understand what it is. This is what you think Jake Paul fights, fixed fights, fake ass fights, YouTubers. That's what y'all think real boxing is. Because you want to know what replaced boxing? Bullshit storyline entertainment. And y'all don't know what the fuck a real fighter is anymore. Now, this all being said, Keyshawn Davis handled business against Jermaine Ortiz, right? And he stretched his ass in the last round. The people in the comment sections, all the race fans, all the idiots, they can't deal with reality. They can't deal with reality. But here's the deal. Richard Hitchinson, Abdullah Mason, Carmel Moulton, Keyshawn, Shakur. These guys have the opportunity to keep kicking these doors open. Some of them in the same weight class, some of them are not. Now, I don't care about pound for pound lists and all that kind of shit, but let me say this. When Terrence Crawford was here, before he retired, he was ranked pound for pound best fighter. They had Usyk at number 2, right? And then they had Inoue at number 3. Now, this is a rhetorical question, because I know how I feel. Taking nothing away from Inoue, he's a good fighter. But how do you put Inoue above anybody that's beating respected, well-known champions that are basically at the top of the food chain in the division? We don't know these guys that Inoue is fighting. Inoue gets dropped in his fights. It's boxing. Shit happens, right? He gets up and he wins. Nobody talks about his opponents. And these are not being considered great fights. These are not fights that are happening and people are, hey, Inoue. It's more of a social media thing. Let's tell everybody who the top fighters are. Let's tell everybody who's better than who. And then we control the narrative. I think Inoue is a good fighter. But can you say he beat anybody that is even on Teofimo's level? So where I'm going with this, it's really simple. And the answer to that is no. For Inoue to be considered pound for pound the best fighter, well, pound for pound means all weight classes combined, and then 2, who are the pound for pound opponents that you're beating in your weight class? We don't know these people. And then the hypocrisy of people saying stuff like Stephen Fulton's overrated, he's a powder puff puncher, he ain't shit, he's a nobody, he's a fake champion. So now when I ask that question, who has he beaten? You same fools can't come now and say, well, he beat Fulton. You said Fulton wasn't shit. Oh, now all of a sudden you want to change that just to try to make Inoue look good? This is not about who you like and don't like. It's just about reality. And for Shakur Stevenson to dominate this guy like he was supposed to, like I said he would, or like I said he put like this, like I said he should be able to, and he did it. But you can't put anybody in no motherfucking top 5, top 10, whatever, top 3, and give them the nod over somebody just because you like them more. Boxing needs to make sure people earn these rankings. Because we know all you got to do is pay sanctioning fees. And you got guys that's in there where you're like, who the hell is this guy? Why is he here? Who right? Tonight, or last night, should I say, was the type of shit where I'm going to say this. I don't feel personally to myself that Teo was exposed, because I already saw his weaknesses. But to you guys, he was. Because you guys thought he was way better than what he actually was. Because he had the right opponents put in front of him. And I don't know why people find that so hard to digest. That's the way the shit is set up. We need to make our guys look strong. You guys actually thought Jake Paul was going to beat Anthony Joshua. So when you're told you don't know shit about boxing, what do you think? We just making this up? You don't know. The sport of boxing has become nothing but a moneymaker it's been watered down. Therefore, fights like Shakur versus Teofimo, I wasn't even motivated for the fight, to be honest with you. That's just because boxing has just gotten to that point where it's just a big sour ball of nothing. So when something good does come out of it, it's like, okay, man. This was a one-sided fight with Shakur dominating. I want to say this. You know, Teofimo said a bunch of racist, stupid shit. He's immature. He's ignorant as fuck. He thought shit was funny. I'm pretty sure he's embarrassed now. He feels really stupid. He talk all that, put God first. Yeah, a lot of racist motherfuckers talk about God and go to church and all that. Who gives a fuck? And had the nerve to address my black brothers and sisters and all that. No, he didn't say black. He just said my brothers and sisters. But then he made the comment about he's sorry about racism and all that. Nah, motherfucker. Nah. There's no apology or none of that being accepted for that. You got your ass whooped by a black man. Remember, motherfucker, you said if ESPN one of these black fighters, they can keep them. And then you got your ass kicked by one tonight. And you would have got your ass kicked if you would have fought Devin. You'd have got your ass kicked if you would have fought Tank. And you get your ass kicked if you fight Keyshawn. You stayed away from these motherfuckers on purpose. And the crazy thing is, you know, Roy Jones made a stupid comment, and I heard a couple of other black people make stupid-ass comments talking about Floyd avoided black fighters. Are you fucking stupid, man? Are you fucking stupid? These same people were talking about, oh, why he don't fight Golovkin, right? Why don't he fight Canelo? Why don't he fight... All the people that y'all suggested that he fight was non-black fighters, right? Oh, but you know, black and brown always make great fights. Oh, you know that? Oh, so now let's find something to, right? Well, how many black fighters did Tio try to fight? How many black fighters did Canelo try to fight? Now, we want to sit here and say these things. See, I'm the X factor of the bullshit. You guys try to shit on somebody's career, but you can't, no matter what your biased, stupid-ass opinions are. Michael Jordan ain't never had to tell nobody he's the best player of all time. Now, he ain't have to say that shit. He knows how he feel about himself inside, but he know people gonna have their opinions. Most people gonna think he is, and you're gonna have people that don't think he is. You think he gives a fuck about that? You gotta go around telling people you're the greatest. You're this, you to beat that person, you was this, and you're prime the way. You got to go telling people that shit about yourself. Then, what's your agenda? So all these fucking fighters that I just named, from Richard Hitchinson, you know, Abdullah Mason, Carell Motes, all these people, man. Who's really trying to fight these guys? Who? Like, who's really like, I want the smoke? You don't find it weird that Rolly Romero beat Ryan Garcia, and ever since then he's just been quiet, sitting back doing nothing, just going back and forth to other people's fights? You don't find that weird, man? You think that's just a coincidence? And when this dude actually fought Ryan and beat him, he said, they talk about a rematch. I think that they should still fight each other. So in other words, I'm going to step aside so Ryan and Devin can do this again. So now Ryan is fighting Mario Barrios. Question. Let's say he wins the fight against Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios just fought to a draw with how old is Pacquiao? Right? But think about this. If Pacquiao, who's not the same fighter, just fought this younger guy to a draw, shouldn't Ryan Garcia go in there and defeat Mario Barrios? Because at this stage in Pacquiao's career, not just the number of his age, I mean, looking at him as a fighter, you can see that Pacquiao's not the same fighter he once was. But the fact that he went there with this guy and was able to even, right? Whether y'all think he really won the fight or it was a legit draw or whatever, don't matter. But if Ryan Garcia loses to Mario Barrios, what does that say about him? And now the Three Amigos is like in a position of, damn, Tio just lost. This motherfucker might, shit, he might retire for all we know. Ryan, if he loses, I mean, what else does he bring to the table? Oh, what? Now he's going to have a rematch with Raleigh after or something. They try to keep these guys relevant. I'm going to tell you what happened with a lot of these motherfuckers. They got a nice chunk of money without having to fight the very toughest guys, but fought some respectable guys. And now, when they step up in competition, real elite level competition, they don't have any answers for it. And you see how good that they're not. So there's no sympathy from us coming in, but you got a lot of black folks that's, a bunch of tokens, a bunch of just, laid back and, nah. I'm not stressing about none of that shit. I already understand what type of motherfucker these people are anyway. But I'll tell you all this, and I'm going to close this fucking video. When you talk a lot of shit and claim to be something that you're not. Remember, his dad always said, the only way that my son is going to lose is if the referee cheats if the judges cheat my son. Nobody can beat my son. He always said that shit, right? Yeah. Got his ass whooped. If y'all don't learn nothing from this fight and these different situations, y'all should at least learn people can say whatever they want, but their words is not what's going to win a fight for them. So after all of that, blah, 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 and you go in the ring and get beat this bad, you get beat this bad, and wasn't nothing wrong with you. Got your ass beat by George Kambosos. Took a picture with your mask on and all that shit. Almost died. Lomachenko got his ass kicked by you. Then all of a sudden, he laying up showing everybody a little sling. Yeah, what's the purpose of it? Just take your L and keep it fucking pushing. Lomachenko lose to Devin Haney and make all the excuses. And I tell you something, too. Shakur Stevenson, a couple of years ago, said that he could beat Lomachenko. Oh, man. Oh, this guy's delusional. Oh, this guy, I can't stand this guy. Oh, man. Yeah. He'd have whooped Lomachenko's ass. Yeah, he'd have whooped Lomachenko's ass. And here's the thing. This is why I said, one thing, if you ask me what separates Shakur from Devin Haney at this point, and Devin Haney, if he understands this, okay, this will make him even better. But looking at him in the Brian Norman fight, I said, yeah, at least he gets it. It seemed like he's on point. But don't try to fight for the fans. Fight your fight. Be confident in yourself, but understand what suits you and what doesn't. When I was watching the fight, and I want to say this, I got to say this before I close. One of the commentators was saying, do you think he could be pound for pound as good as Crawford? And the guy said that they're different because Crawford is more offensive minded, whereas Shakur is more defensive minded, right? He's more like a Floyd, right? This is what I say to that. He's not Terrence Crawford. Not saying he's better or not better. He's not Terrence Crawford. He's Shakur Stevenson. This is what people got to stop fucking doing. See, we could all want to see him throw more punches and go for the knockout. Why? He got the fucking win. And this motherfucker only got 1 round given to him because Shakur took that round off. Not because of nothing he did special. So the thing is you can want whatever. But at the end of the day, why would Shakur just be more offensive minded on the attack when his attack was precise and he shut this dude down? You see, that's the difference. That is the difference with an elite level thinking motherfucker versus a person with ego. That's why fighters get knocked out. Trying to prove something to the fans. Trying to do something to somebody else's expectations. Crawford is Crawford. Shakur is Shakur. Floyd is Floyd. Ray Leonard is Ray Leonard. Roy Jones is Roy Jones. Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. People got to stop this comparison shit. And, well, if Crawford did it, then he's supposed to do it too. No, it's not how that works. This is not how that shit works. If he was in there holding back, just not punching, that's one thing. He fought his fight. He fought discipline. He stuck to the game plan. To suggest that he should be more offensive, no, that comes with instincts and understanding what's necessary. That's exactly why. You know something? When we look at a guy like Michael Jordan, one of the things that I always say, people like watch Michael Jordan and say, this nigga had handles? Yeah, he had handles. I've heard people say, oh, he ain't had handles like that. But the fuck do you mean he ain't have handles? Oh, because he don't dribble like Jason Williams or he don't dribble like Allen Iverson? You don't think he got handles? Michael Jordan didn't waste movements. Michael Jordan did what he had to do, as opposed to other people who practice this little shit and try to, that's what they do. So my thing is this, would you rather be the best and most dominant player of all time, or would you rather be, oh, I got handles? You understand what I'm saying? Be who you are. It's not about what this fan think you should have did or what that fan no. If this was a situation where, let's say, the fight was close and Teofimo, like this was a close fight, and Teofimo was opening up, throwing combinations, but we could clearly see that he wasn't landing all that, but we don't know how the judges are going to take that, then I could see someone saying that. Not because Crawford did it, but because this is what's necessary for him to do in his fight against Teo. Nothing to do with what fucking Crawford did. See, these comparisons is why most people can't just enjoy anything, because it's always we got to find a way to complain about something. We can't just say it was a masterclass of boxing. We got to find a con. We got to find something wrong. That's the difference with elite level thinkers versus people that just come up with ideas and get inspired by something based off of what the fuck does what Terrence Crawford do have to do with Shakur? I mean, would I have liked to see him knock Teo out? Yeah, that'd have been sweeter, right? But I'm not sitting there going, man, he should have threw more punches. He should have. No, he did what he had to do. Hey, Floyd could have knocked out fucking Shane Mosley if he wanted to. Several people he could have knocked out. But Floyd liked to entertain and put a show on. Just like Roy Jones. Like, okay, boom, crack, you get your respect. Now let me entertain. Simple. Anyways, Shakur got the job done. And that is what matters. And he did it in a very impressive fashion, and he showed. I'm not no paper champion. I didn't move like y'all thought I was going to. No, I stood right here and I whooped his ass. So all of that shit that everybody was saying about him running, and right? That's not what happened. Stop looking for shit to complain about and just admit the facts. He whooped Teo's ass, and Teo never wanted this fight in the first place. And if you didn't know why before, you know now. That's all I got for y'all. Catch y'all on the next video.